Hey, welcome to Last Minute Betting, where Wilt Chamberlain is still alive in the hearts and minds of all his fans across the world. Yes, and I'm keeping him alive, folks. That's right, he will stay alive. By the way, we haven't even talked about recently in the last couple of weeks, Jokic is becoming the first guy to ever have a 30-20-20 game. Phenomenal, amazing. He is the modern-day Wilt Chamberlain. We're brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Go to oddsjam.com/subscribe and get a 7-day free trial and use this code BOB20 for 20% off your OddsJam subscription. I've got links below in the description of this video on YouTube for BetMGM and Fanatics too. All right. And
why did Wilt Chamberlain just come out of your mouth all of a sudden?
Dude, it was an intro. It was a off the cuff intro, where we keep Wilt Chamberlain alive, and he didn't, Jokic is the modern day. You'd have to know if you hosted many shows. I've been doing radio for like 11 years, dude.
I'm just saying it's kind of random, and I feel like you want me to insult you so you can get pissed.
Oh, hell no. I don't want you to insult me. That was an intro. Okay? You should be laughing at it. Yeah, half the NBA decided to take the night off. Probably so. Gonna be weird. By the way, did I screw up last night by not betting Ohtani to hit a home run? That was stupid. They had it laid out there on Bet365 with a boost, and I didn't do it. But Bet365 did give me the opportunity to bet $50 if somebody scores a point in the first game of March Madness. So plus 100, they're giving me $50 pretty well.
They give you some pretty good super boosts, pretty good promos on there.
Yeah, not bad. You just gotta not get limited by them, meaning don't bet a shit ton of player props in that book, or do like Mike did last night. Mike, tell your story about your free bet last night.
Come on. I mean, it's not a good story, unfortunately.
Tell it.
Well, I took a few plays from the EV page and added them to a parlay, and just rolled with it. Unfortunately, I got hooked. So missed out on one. So,
and how much was that paid out?
$950.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say you won a big parlay and now you're already limited on Bet365.
That would have sucked.
I was gonna weep for you.
No, not that didn't happen. Not a lot happening.
Did we lose Bob?
Yeah, I think we lost Bob again. Not a lot happening is the last thing he said. We'll go ahead and remove him for the time being.
Yeah, well, you guys are lucky you got Bet365. I mean, we have it too, but it'd be nice if it wasn't the only good book here in British Columbia, and I'm limited on it. So
yeah.
But it is good. It's good, right? It is a decent sports book. What's your review on the first week of having it?
It's not bad. No, not bad at all. No complaints yet, but just going to have to definitely be careful.
Yeah. They aren't really that strict though with limits. I mean, I deposited 250 and then I turned that into like 8-9 grand, and yeah, it was pretty easy. So
yeah. AJ Green is banned. I would have won $200 if he scored 5 points. Yeah, these hooks, man, are brutal.
Yep, it happens. It happens sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately it does. And yeah, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Definitely majority of them came through, but that one didn't. And that happens sometimes in a parlay. That happens. I was disappointed though, to say the least. And I guess he's back. Jeez. Unreal.
It's the dial.
Unreal. It's where he's at. I mean, the internet at where he sets up at, his internet, he sucks. And rather than finding a new spot to post up, he wants to stay in the basement and just sit there with the crappy service that he's getting. And I mean, it looks like he's froze right now. I can't even tell. I mean, I saw his head move a little bit. No, he's not froze completely. But we'll give Bob his side back. How's that?
It's fine. There's a lot of wind here,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
30-mile-an-hour winds, man. That's a lot.
Bob, that is not the case.
Tornado
That's
warnings,
not what's
man.
happening.
We got tornado warnings till 9 o'clock here.
No, they've been canceled.
They have? I haven't heard that.
They have. They have. And that doesn't explain every other day of the week. So
okay. But
you guys get tornadoes there?
Oh yeah. Midwest, man.
I thought it was a little deeper.
We're right around. I mean, technically, we may as well be in Tornado Alley. I mean, they call it Tornado Alley, and I don't know. Maybe Illinois has been made part of Tornado Alley in the last decade or more, because we've had some bad tornadoes here in Illinois as well. But
I've never even seen one before.
Yeah.
Go find me some positive EV plays, Mike. I need to make some money tonight.
Okay. All right, we can do that. We can do that right now. See what's happening out here on the EV page. We got Nembard under 7.5 assists on Hard Rock, plus 105. The one's probably solid. Looks like it's favored on every book. So we got a clear misprice there on Nembard. I think that's one we can lock in on Hard Rock for sure. The other two below that got a couple of solid plays, and a couple of options on books. The Dinwiddie play is still there. So that's cool. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit this Nembard play. Under 7.5 assists tonight. Obviously, we got Lakers Nuggets tonight. We know about that game. Big game there.
Yeah, I think Lakers win. And
yeah, I think so. I mean, Denver's coming off that win against Golden State with everybody out of the lineup, flying high here. Lakers getting LeBron back tonight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. I'd be very shocked if it doesn't.
Or is LeBron? I don't know. Is LeBron playing? I know Rui's out.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure Rui's going to be out still. I don't know if LeBron's playing tonight. If anybody wants to update and see if they know what's happening there.
I can't see anything about it.
No decision but he's not been ruled out though, right?
No. Okay. Yeah, he must be questionable for tonight.
Yeah, it's probably game time decision. So that's interesting. Josh Hart over 6.5 assists. We're going to jump on that.
Actually, I think they're out.
Is he ruled out?
Crap. I think so. But I still think they're going to win, even with.
I think they still can. Remember, they played Denver not long ago, and they lost that game, but that was without Luka and LeBron and obviously Rui.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they kept that game fairly close. Denver wins a game without their guys. So these two teams have proven they can play without, when they've got a big name missing in the lineup, they can still be pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this can be a spot for the Lakers tonight, even without LeBron.
I don't know how much they're favored by, but whatever.
They're not. Nuggets are favored by 2, so it's even without LeBron being in the lineup, this is a close spread. And I guess if you're looking at it from the standpoint of the Lakers played the Nuggets without Luka, without LeBron, and only lost by 5. It would make sense with Luka being back and being in this game that they could potentially win this game.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah. Banchero over 4.5 assists. That's solid on Caesars, and got a lot of books out there favoring that. So we'll lock that one in on Caesars. And then we'll go look and see if there's any main or alternate market lines that we can look towards. Let's go to our filters here. And let's turn player props off. Maybe. Possibly. There we go. Show results. Okay, let's see what we got.
Got a tennis play.
Yeah, we got a tennis play under 23.5 total games. I mean, that's on Bet365. Looks solid. Favored pretty heavily on those.
58% at -125. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and look at the market width on that, 19. Pretty low market width as well. So some confidence in that play. Yeah, I think we got to lock this in on Bet365. I think that's pretty solid right there. And we don't have a lot of time for this game or match starts, so we can lock that in now. If anybody wants to, that's using Bet365, you got about 7 minutes or less.
Oh, yeah.
Lock that one in. So
yeah, if I wasn't banned on Bet365, I would jump on that right away.
Yeah, pretty solid one. Couple of point spreads here in college basketball, the women's side. It's like we got Princeton and Iowa State, which is play-in game. Both of these play-in games. It looks like we got some action on +6.5 for Princeton. You can see a lot of books are offering -130 range on that. 25 market width, not too bad. I think we can lock in Princeton +6.5 and 11-11 matchup. Why not? 53% win probability for that to happen. Wonder what the main line is on that game. This is clearly an alternate line. Let's just look for the heck of it. Because we're taking +1. We're taking +6.5. So it looks like a lot of books are offering +5.5. Which is pretty well the main line at minus. So we're getting 6.5 at -110.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You got a point difference there. I like it.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. And same value too, minus 110. I mean, minus 110 to take 6.5, an extra point. Heck yeah. Wonder if there's any action in these in the men's side. You got Southern +4. Man, that one there's not a lot of action on this one other than Caesars. So we don't really have a lot of books giving us a whole lot here. I think I'm going to sit that one out. Caesars kind of the only main book that's showing us anything. Wizards +4.5. I'm not opposed to that against Utah. Taking 4.5. I think the main line's like 2.5. Yeah, we're a little bit of juice at minus 130, but not as much compared to a lot of other books. So, yeah, I think I'm going to jump on that one as well.
Tristan, your 2 legs for NCAA tonight. Take American and St. Joseph's.
American and St. Joseph's. Okay. No feel for Xavier, Texas?
Yeah, I feel Texas, but he wanted a couple of money line plays that, may have a little bit better chance to win. Texas is not the favorite in that game.
No, they are not.
Xavier is the favorite.
Be an interesting game. Xavier definitely, even though they got bounced in the tournament by Marquette, I mean, that was a close game against Marquette, and they ended the year pretty hot. If you look at how Xavier ended the season, they ended it pretty hot. Texas got them a couple of wins in the SEC tournament. Obviously, they had a big win, against Kentucky in the middle of February. And, I mean, I think Xavier's probably winning that game, Bob. We're being honest. I know we talked Texas yesterday, but I think I've changed my tune there. I think I like Xavier.
We had a consensus parlay yesterday with the 2 games, and I bet it, and it won. So
yeah,
the consensus today is I'm on American and Texas. So you're saying American and Xavier?
I mean, that's just what I'm feeling. It's just what I'm feeling.
All right, Justin, you want to break the tie, or should I get Tristan to? Tristan will break it.
Get
Texas.
Get Tristan too.
I already know what Tristan's on. He's on Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Texas. All right, let me share my screen.
Oh, you're sharing yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna share mine here.
Oh,
I'm
can't wait to see this.
What? I'm gonna put this together here real quick. Hang on, got to get rid of this. By the way, why is Jokic and Luka's PRA the same? It's like not even close. Luka does not go over his
because
PRA.
There's no LeBron in the lineup tonight, so Luka's going to be.
Luka's PRA is always high. Why? He doesn't hit it that often.
Sure, he does.
Oh, he doesn't go over 50.5 that often.
Well, when LeBron's in the lineup, maybe not, but when LeBron's out of the lineup, I mean, good chance he can.
Well, it's not going to be as much as Jokic, though. Maybe because Jokic.
No, it shouldn't be as much as Jokic.
No, I mean not normally. No, it shouldn't be, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there.
All right, so there it is. American and Texas +2. We'll go +286 on Circa. And I'm going to go ahead and bet that now also. Let's get that one in there. That's a 2-leg March Madness parlay. I may regret this later on.
You might. I'm telling you. Xavier's I don't know.
I'm really not putting that much on it. So
I get it.
these are
I'm just not putting a lot of stock into Texas. Not putting much stock into them, man.
Okay. Well, I watched them play in the SEC tournament, and they were pretty damn good.
Yeah, they beat Vanderbilt and A&M and got bounced by Tennessee. Tennessee covered the spread.
They played a very good game. Yeah,
I mean, Tennessee covered the spread. Tennessee beat them and covered. So, I mean, Texas didn't even – you can't say, well, Texas played a good game. I mean, Tennessee covered the spread. That's not playing a good game.
I was talking about the tournament, the other games.
And as I said, Vanderbilt.
A&M, dude, come on.
Vanderbilt and A&M.
Okay, get out of here. Xavier ain't – who's Xavier beating?
They beat several teams.
Who?
Creighton?
Don't say Marquette. Don't say Marquette because Marquette ain't that fucking good.
Okay. Well, they have beat Marquette, and they've beaten Creighton and UConn that are tournament teams. So I would say.
And Texas has beaten Missouri. They've beaten Texas A&M. They took
St. John's to overtime.
Those are all tournament teams.
Yeah, St. John's is a 2 seed.
Okay.
Took them to overtime, played them tough. Has played Marquette tough. Both games they played them. Or all 3 games they played them. Won by 2, lost by 2, and lost by 2. So every game they played very, very good. They've played Michigan.
All right, Stevie B parlay time.
Okay.
Okay.
Blues came through yesterday.
Blues came through. Yes, that was actually one of my plays in Dub Club and your play in the parlay. Unfortunately, Cavaliers did not come through. Cost me like 70-something bucks in profit. I'm starting off here. I'm taking the Maple Leafs at home.
Okay.
Colorado coming to town. Maple Leafs at home. I think that's a big game for them. And they've got to stay within striking distance of Florida. In the East, I like the Leafs.
Okay.
And the Leafs are only 2 points behind the Panthers, along with the Lightning, Mike and Justin. So that's for first place in that division. Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be a dogfight. I don't think the Panthers are winning that division. All right.
Yeah. Tristan says a certain someone is on Texas, though, which concerns me.
Okay. I don't worry about that. That has no impact on what I decide.
It should, Bob. It should.
We all knew who that is.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to have some plus money. All right. Anybody got anything in the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm going to end up going. Justin, do you have one?
We had Lakers.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was thinking that. I'll go with the Lakers because there's nothing really else that intrigues me.
Do you want money line or do you want the points?
Go with money line.
All right. That's 2 money line bangers right there.
Yeah, plus money.
Yeah, plus money on both of them. All right, Mike. Pull out a minus 170 or something like that.
You want me to?
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna actually, I know Sixers coming off that big win against Houston, but if there's a team I trust to cover a double-digit point spread, it's probably Oklahoma City right now. And being that Philadelphia is coming off of an all-time high, I think we can go with OKC at home to cover that spread. I mean, the lower the number you could get, the better.
I just took minus 11.5.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Good deal.
Unless that doesn't give us many options, but
no, we're good.
Okay.
That's good. Minus 11.5. OKC and Toronto Maple Leafs money line. Lakers money line. That's a Stevie B parlay. I need to go bet that now. Before we go any further, where in the hell is Aaron Rodgers going to continue to play, or is he just going to go by the wayside, guys?
Well, he's indecisive right now, but I got word though he's not going to the Vikings, which I'm a little disappointed in. But so it's either going to be Giants or Steelers.
If he goes to the Giants, I don't know what he's thinking. Why you just retire then?
Yeah, it's Steelers or retire.
Yeah,
like, please, like that. I concur. I think the only reason I could see him appealing to want to go to the Giants is because of the New York market, but that doesn't mean nothing at this point. Rodgers, it's either make another playoff run or it's bust, right? So, yeah.
Right.
And I wanted him to go to the Vikings because the Seahawks are playing the Vikings at home this year. I'm like, it's okay. That's got to happen. It's got to happen. I got to redeem myself last time. Yeah, it's not happening, unfortunately.
No, not going to happen. So, I mean, yeah, it's got to be the Steelers. If you go to the Giants for your Aaron Rodgers, you're done. There's nothing good going to come out of going there. I had Cavs and he took them. So there went that Cavs. That Cavs was my play, not Mike's. Yes, that was Tristan's play. And unfortunately, that didn't work out last night. Oddly enough, the Cavs have lost 2 in a row.
Was it a back-to-back though?
For them, no. They played the 16th against Orlando and lost, and then they played yesterday. So they played Sunday. So they had a day in between. And that's got to be the first time in a while for them. Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row once. A stretch in January, they lost 3 in a row. And then that's the only. Now they lost 2 in a row in November. And that's it. That's the only time they've lost more than 1 in a row. So usually you don't see Cleveland losing multiple games in a row. But hey, it happens sometimes.
I do want to point out something to the two of you very quickly. One of the reasons why Najee Harris went to the Chargers is because of Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh recruited him out of high school. When he's with Michigan, of course, Harris went to Alabama. But Harris said the reason why he wanted to go to the Chargers was specifically for Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh actually attended the guy's homecoming when he was in high school. So that's where that connection is at. I was wondering why he wanted to sign him anyway. If you listen to Harbaugh, he's excited.
About what, though? I mean, really, like
because he sees, potential. The kid's still young, man.
Yeah, but it's like all he's good for is maybe being a goal line back. And I mean, if you got J.K. Dobbins, I mean, he kind of already is that.
He did more than that in Pittsburgh. Okay, he wasn't just a goal line back.
Well, he was okay. Well, hold on, though. So, but you had Austin Eckler. I mean, Austin Eckler, in some ways, is a very similar player to Najee Harris. Goal line back, good at pass catching, but not very fast, not very athletic. He is athletic, yes, but he's not fast.
I mean, can we just talk about this for a second? This is the kid's career. He's had 1,000-yard season every year. His 1,200, 1,034, 1,035, 1,043. Average 4.0, 4.1, 3.8, and 3.9 yards per carry. He's almost a 4-yard per carry back. He's had 28 touchdowns in 4 seasons, which is 7 TDs a season. and he's had 180 receptions in 4 seasons, which equates to over what is that? 25 receptions? No, 45 receptions a year. I hate to burst your negative bubble here, but I think it's a pretty damn good pickup.
I mean, it's an upgrade compared to what you had.
Sure.
Yes, but and it is somebody that at least is going to give you some production, obviously. But again, the fact that you didn't make any other move, I just don't think this is going to be enough to put them over the top in any way.
Oh no, there's not one move that put anybody. What one move put anybody over the top this offseason?
Oh, can I? Okay, well, you're talking this offseason. I mean, well, obviously we don't know because the season hasn't started yet. You got to go to the season first. But
okay, all right. Well, then you don't have an answer for that yet.
No, I do. So one of the biggest reasons why I'm being, belligerent about the Chargers this year, this team reminds me so much of the 2021 Philadelphia Eagles. Can you tell me what the 2021 Philadelphia Eagles record was?
I guess I could look it up, but why don't you tell me?
It was 9-7, right?
Okay.
And they made the playoffs, and they got bounced by Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And you know what they did? They went and their offensive line was already pretty good and was getting a lot of their injured stars back. They went and they got A.J. Brown. They went and upgraded that defense. And what happened next year? They went to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So, and when those are the pieces that you are away from completing your team, you got to go fill those pieces in. And what could the Chargers use? A number one wide receiver.
That's not the number one thing they need. Sorry.
It is. Yes, it is.
I totally disagree, and I'm going to tell you why.
What other they have in the team that needs to be addressed more than the wide receiver?
I think they're showing up their secondary and their defense. I just looked at the list of players. Have you even looked at everybody that they signed?
Yes.
Okay. They've gotten some pretty good cornerbacks. All right. That what you can say whatever that was a weakness. That was a weakness last year. That was a weakness. They had the one good cornerback, but they needed to shore up the other side. I think they're doing a pretty good job. My faith is in Jim Harbaugh.
Well, hold on. But you even said, though, last year, they were the number one scoring defense. I mean, don't have
they were for a while, but guess what happened? Who took that over? Philadelphia. Because when it came down the stretch into crunch time, it wasn't happening.
And, I mean, they got 2 interceptions in the playoff game against the Texans. And, the receivers weren't even doing that good until the third quarter, if I remember correctly.
I'm just telling you, I think that they did a good job in shoring up their team. I wish I could find the free agency tracker.
Well, I think, yes. I mean, in the NFL, if you don't get better, you get worse. So, yeah, I think despite having success with the defense last year, yeah, it's a good idea to deepen your defense, deepen your offensive line, and get another running back. Yes, but you got a big gaping hole in the wide receiver room.
Plus, remember, okay, that they only signed Najee Harris to a 1-year deal. It's for $5.2 million guaranteed. They're not giving up that much money. Okay, they did sign Deshaun Hand. They signed a couple of centers, a guard, and of course we know Mike Williams. A couple of D linemen, a couple of linebackers, 3 cornerbacks, and of course re-signed their punter. Pretty busy off season. They've done just as what have the Bills done? Oh yeah, that's right. Signed Josh Allen, to a big contract. What else did they do? I'm looking. I don't see anything that's just gonna blow my mind.
Well, Josh Allen has proven that he can make players better. receivers better. So, Herbert's yet to prove that to me. I think Herbert needs to rely on having a big name receiver more so than a guy like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen can get by without having a big time name receiver because he's that good. He's just that good right now. Herbert, not quite. No, not quite at all.
Well, even if you are Josh Allen, though, I mean, yes, you're good enough to take this team to the AFC Championship. You should still do it. You should still go get a number one receiver because why not have more firepower? That'll just better your chances of getting this.
Well, here's what they did. Darrington Evans and Ty Johnson were signed as running backs. Reggie Gilliam is a fullback. And they signed Josh Palmer and Shakir.
That's right.
Signed him to an extension. Okay, they signed Joey Bosa to a 1-year contract. I don't see where they really just – I mean, the Chargers have done just as much as they have.
So you're saying they did nothing. The Chargers have done nothing.
I'm saying that neither one of them have done a whole lot. We're not even to where you do not build a team through free agency. It's been proven time and again. It gets done through the draft and from the line out, man. That's the way people have been doing it for years. Not just recently.
Well, I mean, there's a good chance they're going to have to try to strike gold with a number one receiver in the draft because they didn't get a crack at a T. Higgins. You know, they weren't going to get him. DK Metcalf, I can't really say that just bums the heck out of me that they didn't
bum me out at all.
No, I'm not real, not really as heartbroken over that.
DK Metcalf drops too
Deebo
many
Samuel, not really concerned there. And
your head for DK Metcalf passes because I bet it a lot. Okay.
A word in. That's number one.
Go ahead. Go.
Second of all, do you know that in the draft, the majority of wide receivers that come out of the draft do not start off like 1,000 yards right away?
Yes, we know that.
Okay. It's been proven over the 2020s decade when you go and get a guy through free agency like DeAndre Hopkins, a Stephon Diggs, and A.J. Brown, I don't even know what else. There's been plenty of examples. They can go in and impact a team like that. It's happened. It happened with the Bills. The Bills, what happened in Josh Allen's third year? You think they got there just because of Josh Allen? No, it was Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs had a good year for.
I would like. He did have a good year, but I would like to say that Gabe Davis had a lot to do with that too.
I don't know. There's been a lot of impactful receivers coming out of the draft, guys, in the last few years. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Those are two names that come to mind right out the gate. CeeDee Lamb, when he was drafted, immediate impact. I mean, the Chargers just haven't been able to be in a position to get any of those guys, unfortunately, and have missed out. And
maybe that sucks. We don't know, but I
don't know. Maybe
Metcalf is not the answer for me.
I mean, how it seems like that rookie receiving yards record's getting broke every other year, dude.
That's true too.
Well,
every time a rookie receiver comes in, he breaks the damn record.
Well, I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying, I feel like it is riskier though to draft a number one receiver and hope he becomes that quickly. We need a wide receiver one soon. If we go in, who's to say they're even going to draft a receiver?
Who's we?
Who's to say they will? Yeah.
Who's we?
The Chargers.
I thought you were done with them.
You keep gaslighting me, okay? That's what it is, and you're troll. You expect me not to get pissed off, yet the guy brings up the Chargers. That just shows.
I don't give a shit. I mean, why would you? If you're a fan of a team, you stay a fan of a team. You don't jump from team to team. That's the way I got it.
Well, so if you're married to some girl, and then you're never married.
I don't get the analogy there. Sorry.
Well, you were comparing those two things last show, so get out of here.
All right. Well, I'll get out of here right now. You crab ass. See you later.
You brought it up.